the birth of the Renaissance in Florence. The bells of Florence rang under a golden Italian sun, echoing through narrow streets lined with marble and ambition. It was the 1400s, and Europe was awakening from centuries of darkness. In the heart of Tuscany, one city, vibrant, proud, and restless, was leading the rebirth of the human spirit. Florence was not a kingdom of soldiers but of thinkers, artists, and dreamers. Gold from its merchants and bankers flowed like lifeblood through its veins, feeding visions grander than war or conquest. Among the marble workshops and candlelit studies, a revolution was quietly taking shape, the Renaissance, a rebirth of art, science, and reason. At the center of it stood the Medici family, the powerful patrons of Florence. Cosimo de Medici, known as the father of the nation, believed that beauty and knowledge were not luxuries, they were a duty to civilization. He poured his fortune into cathedrals, libraries, and artists who could make the invisible divine visible to the human eye. In the workshops beneath Brunelleschi's unfinished dome, ideas took form. Filippo Brunelleschi, an architect of stubborn genius, gazed up at the open sky above Santa Maria del Fiore. No one had ever built such a dome. The challenge defied centuries of engineering. But Brunelleschi, armed with geometry and daring, designed machines and methods unseen since ancient Rome. In 1436, when the final brick was set, Florence gasped in awe. The dome rose like a miracle of stone and faith, touching heaven itself. It was more than a building. It was a symbol that mankind could once again shape the world through intellect, not superstition. And in the shadows of that dome, other geniuses emerged. Donatello carved marble into flesh. Botticelli painted goddesses that breathed like mortal women. Scholars rediscovered the works of Plato and Aristotle, translating ancient texts that had slept for centuries. Then came a young man with ink-stained hands and limitless imagination, Leonardo da Vinci. He studied anatomy, painted angels, and sketched machines that could fly. To Leonardo, art and science were one and the same, the language of curiosity. Florence became the beacon of a new age. Travelers from across Europe came not to conquer, but to learn. The city's ideas spread like fire, from Italy to France, from England to the New World. By the end of the 15th century, the Renaissance had transformed the way humanity saw itself. Man was no longer a sinner crawling beneath divine judgment. He was a creator, a thinker, a being capable of greatness. And it all began in Florence, where marble met imagination, and the world learned once more to dream in the light.